You walk round the ground, the pitch, and then at every corner you run up and back, sometimes. After having many breaks at the game, I had only managed to do 2, but I felt rough after I'd done the 2. I thought so when I made it back in, I still had a breath, but I went on the exercise and I was doing all right. And then Phoebe come over to me and said, "You don't look so well." And last I remember, I went down, I guess. And that's all I know till probably a week and a half later.
Brian collapsed in that session. I knew it was serious pretty quickly, so I ran over to my phone and grabbed a defib and rang the ambulance. Lauren came over within minutes, and then I started CPR because I noticed he wasn't breathing, and then we began using the defib at that point.
So as Phoebe said, quite quickly we realised they weren't breathing, and as time passed on, obviously with performing CPR, nothing was happening. At that point we realised that we had to obviously use the defib. Minutes and seconds felt like hours. Obviously we were going through every single emotion possible, and Brian was effectively dead for a significant amount of time, say probably over 10 minutes, so time was against us. Luckily, with the use of the defib, we did manage to get him breathing.
On Christmas morning he was giving me my Christmas present, but he just looked at me and says, "I'm sorry, but it's not a lot because I haven't been able to get out," which he hasn't. Anything that he's bought has to be online. And I just looked at him and I said, "Well, I sat here with you sat at side of me, that's the best Christmas present." I just couldn't visualise me sat there on my own Christmas morning with my 2 dogs, and that had been it.
Today we've been able to invite Brian down to the Sunderland game. He's brought his friend, his family with him, managed to get him a signed shirt as well. So yeah, it's really nice to obviously see him alive and to see him again, and he just brought back all the emotions.
Goods and valuables don't mean a thing, and like I say, for what everybody did here when he collapsed, and well, the lifesavers.
How important it is for staff to be adequately trained, and that's something as a foundation we pride ourselves on, is that we ensure all staff undertake the necessary training as many times as possible, as required really. And I speak on behalf of myself, the football club and the foundation. We couldn't be any prouder of the way Phoebe and Lauren dealt with such an unfortunate incident. How professionally, how efficiently it was dealt with is basically the reason Brian is still here today. And I would urge anybody that's got the time to have a look on the Restart a Heart website and take part in some training when you can, really, as soon as possible. And if this video does strike a chord with anybody, we urge anybody to please donate whatever you can to this cause.